Right. So, my alter ego, one of them, has also spoken about this entire situation. We're going to speed this boy up a little bit. I'm very interested to see what Tectone has to say about this. And I'll tell you why. I'm interested to see what Tectone has to say about this, purely because Asmongold hasn't made a video about this. And I know for a fact that this man during, I think it was the Fextra Life days, was working with Asmongold to make some third-party software to detect bots and shit. You just want to hear another bald man? Yes. So this guy probably has a lot more information, especially since he's a big viewer. I mean, a big streamer. And he's got a big view count, so he's going to be well aware of this on a ground level. I have to look at this from a high level and then move down as much as possible and get as much data as possible. This guy's probably being given insider data that I otherwise wouldn't have access to. So I'm very curious to see what he has to say about this and how bad he thinks the problem is. And by the way, I think this chart, based on my investigation this weekend, this looks like one of Mizkif's graphs. And you can kind of see that flat line that I was talking about there in the background. Right? Where the viewership number doesn't bounce below a certain level. Tectone has inside info because he's botted too. Probably! Fucking probably. Unironically, I wouldn't put it past the man to Viewbot. Didn't Tectone say he earns like 400k a month or something? I mean, streamers make bank. Yeah, well, yeah, of course. And that's why you Viewbot. To make as much fucking money as possible before the system collapses. Look at my government. They will do everything in the world to steal as much money as possible. You think these fucking guys won't do it as well? The fucking people stealing from my country are goddamn politicians. They've got real responsibilities. You think that people with no real responsibilities or soul or thought process behind it wouldn't do it as well? Of course they fucking would. It's like the One Ring. All you have to do to become Sauron is put it around your dick. And you have infinite power. That's just how it works. 2.3 million average viewers with botting consideration, 450k are real. 105k streamers all count a 1 view, so 25 people watching. 40% lurkers to 195, which means 1.85 chatters per stream average. Damn. Quick maths. Man, I'd never do maths on stream like that. That would I'd fuck that up. Including lurkers, 3 average real viewers per stream. Pretty much. There you go. Let's see where he goes with this. Let's see what he's got to say. I'm willing to bet, knowing the way Tectone behaves, if he's viewbotted, he will probably admit to it. I'm willing to bet that this guy's just gonna be... He's gonna be one of these bitches that is like, you know... If everyone has AIDS, nobody has AIDS. I'm willing to bet he's going to be that guy. I bet he's going to bitch out and say that, yeah, of course I viewbotted because everyone else did. I'm willing to bet he's that guy. But I suppose we'll see.
16.2 thousand viewers. And by the end of this year, I believe the lowest he dropped to was around 7.5 to even 6.9, meaning that around, I think, 220% of Mizkif's viewers were bots.
Have you ever noticed, I'm just going to say this, have you ever noticed how fucking retarded most viewbotters are? That they will viewbot round numbers. Because psychologically human beings like numbers that are round. They won't viewbot like 163 bots. They will bot exactly 163. I mean 160. Or exactly 200. Or exactly 500 like we saw with that other one. Psychologically, human beings are trapped by specific round numbers, and they assign a significance to rounded numbers that doesn't actually exist. It's so arbitrary, but it's so inescapable. It's such human nature to do that.
Everybody's going to shit on everybody. Oh my God. I want to see Miz go live so bad. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I hate this guy. Time to talk
Mizkif's been botting. Mizkif's been botting bad. Man, and he may have been doing it from the beginning.
about that thing that I've been telling absolutely everybody on this platform for years has been going on. Today, we are talking about the great issue that Twitch has been having with viewbots. Not just with viewers, not just with chatters, not just with sponsors, perhaps even the company itself. I think Twitch may have made the worst decision for their own platform that they've ever made. So to take you back on a little bit of a journey.
Can I be honest? It's the worst decision because they should have just kept lying about the bots and stealing advertiser money. And everything would have just, the world would have kept spinning. Doing something about the view bots makes me think that either someone pressurized Twitch from the back end, or enough advertisers were like, your site is full of bots, we're leaving unless you do something about it. Something must have pressurized Twitch into doing something about this, because I see no reason why they just wouldn't continue lying. To think I work every day for 283.61 US a month, maybe we're doing it wrong. We are doing it wrong. We need to all be Twitch streamers with 1 billion fucking bots in chat. Someone comes into your chat and they're like, hey, so how do you have a viewership that's twice the population of all the people on Earth? And you're like, oh, you're just a hater. Yeah, of course. Of course. If you could scam the system, why wouldn't you?
Late July, Twitch finally addressed their viewbotters and falsely inflated viewership. If your channel is viewbotted, you will see an impact to your channel's view count. And by the way, did you know this is a legitimate fact?
Hey, guess what? There's been no impact on my channel since I'm a literal fucking nobody. Amazing. You can't fall off the cliff if you're already at the bottom.
August, the highest amount of streamers ever have gone on break in the month of August. And the reason why...
What did I say about Kai Cenat? What did I say about Kai Cenat? Gone. Like a ninja in a puff of dust. Never coming back. What's that one streamer? What was that one YouTube guy? He keeps on saying it. Kai Cenat's in hot water and he can't swim.
Why that was is August 1st, like I think it was like 40% of viewbot sites went down immediately. And I'm going to give you guys a personal anecdote. Even I lost 600 viewers immediately. Even I lost 600 viewers.
So he lost 600 viewers. Tectone went from 4 to 5K average viewers to 10 to 15. The last streams he did. Wonder what happened there. He probably found a better viewbotting service.
Immediately on August 1st. Now, other creators, and I'm going to show you guys with statistics, so many streamers went on breaks. Now, as of August 21st, I believe August 21st, I believe it was 11 a.m. CST, now about 80%, of all viewbotting sites, as well as people viewbotting, have ceased. Even I lost another 1.5 thousand viewers. Now, there's even more to come, as with streamers losing upwards of 20,000 viewers to 14,000 viewers, and there's even a streamer...
The numbers he's saying right there are actually pretty low. It gets worse. I have extra CPU space on my home lab, 3 USD per 2K, thanks. Vox, unironically, that is genius. Everyone's out here mining for gold and you're trying to sell a shovel. Unironically, that might be a better idea. That's genius. Sell the shovels. Brilliant. You wish you were not real, just your hallucination. Unfortunately, no, you don't have 50 bots. Yeah, pretty much. So I gotta be honest with you. I've been like, I was kind of a dickhead when I started dating my wife, right? So my wife had like real concerns about like mental health and stuff. I was such an asshole. Like, she was like really concerned, like she had like a mental problem, like schizophrenia or something. It's like one of her biggest fears. And I'm such a dickhead that I would like hold on to her in the middle of the night, and just before we fall asleep, I'll be like, man, it's gonna be so rough when you wake up in that hospital bed and you realize that I'm not a real. And then I'll be like, all right, good night. Sometimes pretending to be a hallucination is one of the funniest things to do to someone else. Try it on your friends and family. Kiss your girlfriend or your wife and be like, this could be us forever. And all you have to do is stop. It's just keep not taking your medication. To convince them. Just be like, you know, there's a non-zero possibility chance that I'm just a figment of your imagination. None of this exists. And right now, that warm, comfy feeling you're feeling is because the psych ward attendees dunked you in the warm tank again. And just leave it open-ended like that. Ruin people's lives. See where you go with it. In my following channels, a lot of streamers have 1/3 of their audience. I'm used to seeing tonight. Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised, Gravy. I'm not surprised at all. Wow. It's almost like 95% of all these pieces of shit were viewbotting.
Who was averaging 22,000 viewers, dropping down to 6,000 viewers overnight. Now, I would like to let you guys know this, and I mean this genuinely. There will be far, far more viewers leaving.
Yes.
It's not done yet. And I mean that genuinely. Guys, it's not done yet. There is more. There are streamers being labeled as outliers. They're not. Everybody is going to be losing a shit, and I mean this genuinely, a shit ton of viewers. Yes, I'm talking about Hassan. Just wait. A lot of people are saying, well, these streamers aren't. Just wait. Give it time.
It's going to get worse, and then streamers are going to get smarter, and they're going to use more sophisticated systems to viewbot, and their numbers are going to spike back up. And then it's going to be an arms race, and I don't think Twitch is... How do I say this? Twitch is not properly equipped to be able to beat that arms race or do anything about it. It's kind of be like ban waves that happen in MMORPGs, where every now and then they'll do something, viewer numbers will drop, and then they'll rise back up. And what everyone will pretend is, oh, they fixed the problem now, guys. All of you are real. It's just going to keep going.
Because, and I can prove this, there still are a lot of people still able to get around the Viewbot purge. So as a streamer myself, where I'm going to be down around 2.1 thousand now, I'm going to show you guys a statistical reason. I like to keep it very fair with you.
So I guess for this, you weren't fully correct. Twitch is actually doing something for fucking once. Yes, Vagabond. That's why next stream, I'm going to be giving 15 gifted subs so you fuckers don't have to deal with ads. Because I made that promise to Sniper Tigress and Adax to spend their money again on the stream so less of you are watching ads. So yes, absolutely.
You guys, on why I can prove to you that the Viewbot purge is not done. Because people, they're going to be witch hunting. And they're going to think, oh, this guy doesn't have legitimate views. This guy has legitimate views. I want to let you guys know, August 1st, the first Viewbot purge happened. August 21st at 11 a.m. CST, I think roughly, the second Viewbot purge happened. And a lot of people...
Okay, wait. I need to note down those numbers. So he's saying August 1st. '21st. He's saying this is when the Viewbot purges happened. So those are going to be very important numbers to look at for anyone who was streaming on these days or just after these days.
People are saying now, a lot of people are saying now, oh, well, now all the Viewbots are gone. And we're also going to be talking about, even more so, what's actually worse than Viewbots, chatbots. Yes, W streamers, I'm talking about you. Oh,
yes. Yes, people use chatbots. I spoke about this at the beginning. People are using chatbots to get bots to like spam emotes or W's or whatever the fuck they want in the stream. Or the more sophisticated ones will read your chat, or they'll read someone's message, rephrase that message in a different way, and then post so it pretends it's a real viewer. And Twitch doesn't know how to detect those ones.
We're going to be talking about chatbots today, too. It is going to be fucking awesome. And I would like to say, in case you are new here, the most...
By the way, Vox and Spider, those numbers are off. It's not $5 US. It's cents. They will charge like 25 cents for that shit. Because they're doing it from a third world country, so the conversion rate helps them. So if you give them 25 cents, that actually means something in their currency because they're using monopoly money like down here in South Africa.
The most legitimate streaming platform for authentic viewership is YouTube. And the reason why YouTube is the most legitimate is due to the fact that you cannot consistently viewbot on YouTube.
Yes.
Because each time you go live, you would have to enter a new key, and no one is willing to do that. Okay, so in case you guys are wondering why viewbots are still coming,
it's not just the new key, but they've got better bot detection software. The one thing that YouTube is not very good at is detecting comments that are botted. So like bot posted comments, they're not very good at, but actual viewership numbers, they actually are really, really good at that because they don't want to upset the advertisers.
well, this is Mary Maybe's channel. Now, guys, I want to ask you a question. Do you think that Mary Maybe just had 20,000 viewers yesterday? For fun, had 20,000 viewers? No, absolutely not. There's still a lot of higher-end bot stream categories, or stream servers.
You see that? You see that straight line there that doesn't drop below? Yeah.
That are still up, that are still very, very, very much able to get around the viewbot purge. As you can tell from here, Mary Maybe going live, because she usually averages 1.5 thousand viewers. Well, yesterday she went live to 20,000 viewers because viewbots are still well enabled. Front page, she was on front page, though, so front page wouldn't give you 20,000 views. Front page gives you around 2.5 to 3,000. Yeah, that is also a verifiable thing. Front page gives you 2.5 to 3,000. That doesn't give you 20,000 viewers. Once again, I want to make it very...
As far as I've seen, I think his numbers are correct there. I'm trying to remember. 2,000 sounds about right for front page, as far as I know.
Clear. I'm not saying this is Mary Maybe doing this. And by the way, I want to make this very clear. I'm not saying that anybody who had viewbots on their channel is them doing it. I don't, because I'm also going to show you exactly what I mean by that. I'm not blaming Mary Maybe at all. And I would like to say this going on record. I have already told you guys the companies that viewbot. I told you guys that AT&T viewbotted me for 20,000 for my show.
Okay, so he admits it. He admits that he viewbots.
Only. I told you guys that Progressive was viewbotting me for 30,000, and I even demonstrated with Caroline Kwan and Will Neff, both of them being botted for 50,000 for Progressive. But here's the difference. When somebody says to me, hey, Tectone, we're going to viewbot you, I say, oh, hell yeah.
He knows how the game is played, and he'll lean into it. Now, do I think that makes him a bitch? Yes. Oh, everyone else is doing the wrong thing, so I better do the wrong thing too. Fucking retards. Jesus Christ. Have a spine. Fuck, it's not that hard. It is noticeable, but they could, what's that? Bot comments are so frequent. Yes, they are. They're very, very frequent. If you start high, you get higher as more people click higher number streamer. Yeah, pretty much. Did he say the advertisers are viewbotting for him? Yes. Coughing fool. Yes. Every single time an advertiser talks to a streamer about a product, they will viewbot your channel because they can use those viewbots to convince actual viewers that this guy is a big deal. And therefore, they are re-syndicating real human beings in with the bots. Because when you go, let's be honest about this, right? You go to Twitch right now. You pick any category. Let's pick Guild Wars 2. Which streamer are you most likely to watch? Which streamer are you most likely to watch? Probably someone on this top line right here. No one's scrolling down. Do you know how much effort it is to take my finger and do this? Jesus Christ. I nearly lost like 1% of a calorie doing that. Holy fuck. God, no, I'm never going to let that happen. Jesus, I'm just going to stay up here and move my mouse a little bit. And you know what? The top left corner is the easiest one to move to, so I'm going to go there. So if you viewbot, if you've got a sponsorship deal with a company, of course they're going to fucking viewbot you. Because they can get real people to go into your fucking, your channel if you are at the top of the category and then potentially look at their product. That's just how it is.
You want to know why? Because everybody else is doing that shit, and I'll be damned if I say no for a couple of free dollars. Hey, fuck it, man. Hey, fuck it. I don't care. Now, I will say, much to my credit, it's even more so on, let me pull this up, YouTube. There's also companies like Ethereum Restart, which botted my video for 1.3 million views. As you can tell, 1.3 million views.
Oh, look. A Hoyoverse game. Shocking. A Chinese cartoon company Who would have ever thought? I guess I'm really the fool. Always scroll down. Well, you're very rare for doing that, coughing fool. You are in the 1%. You are the 1% that everyone wants to kill, mostly the commies. Doing disgusting things like that. How dare you? I often sort by least viewed and look for someone who interacts with the chat. That works sometimes, but you're also going to find a bunch of retards who are too scared to interact with the chat. I know because I've done this as well, Yok. And it's really funny. Unironically, I used to scroll through Twitch just because I knew no one else was doing it. I found the lowest view people, and I would like click on their stream and say hi, and unironically, there was a 10% chance approximately that by posting something in their chat, they would automatically stop streaming. They just shut down their stream if someone posted in their chat. It's the weirdest shit imaginable. I'm like, why the fuck are you doing this if you're not going to talk to the chat? What the fuck is going on here? I felt like I was a crazy person. I'm like, do I have schizophrenia? Did that person not actually exist? Someone actually banned people who talked in their chat. One is to wonder what is worse. It's so fucking odd. Streaming is it's such a fucking odd world that you can go into some 0 viewer stream, talk to the guy, and then he shuts down his fucking stream. It's so strange. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you here? What's the point? I don't understand. It's so strange.
View video should probably have more than 450 likes. Now, these people specifically, I said, fuck off, stop doing this shit. Now, other people on Twitter have also said, a US-based Viewbot company claims some streamers using its tools reach Twitch partner eligibility in just 3 months. Yes, guys.
3 months is a long time to reach Twitch eligibility. I bet they could do it in a month.
I want to make it so transparent. It got to a point where Viewbotters were getting Dexerto to offer their services to all channels across the board. Devin Nash alleged as many as 430 of the top 500 streamers are viewbotting. Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. Oh, and by the way, for
like I said, keep in mind, that's an old number. That's an old, outdated number. It's probably worse now.
Anybody like dooming about my view count right now, we're probably going to top off around like mathematically somewhere around 2.5 to 2.8K in the next 3 hours. So don't worry, I'm going to be okay. That's the sweet spot, by the way. You want to hit 2.5 thousand viewers for max money on this platform. So we're going to be absolutely.
See that number? He's right. It's about 2,000. It's about 2,000 to 2,500. That's when you get like enough money that you've hit like a threshold that you don't have to worry about shit. So if you wanted to be a piece of shit, that's the number you viewbot. I don't have the balls to stream. Spider, it's not about having the balls or not having the balls. It's honestly about what do you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, then don't do it. I do this shit for the love of the game, right? If I had 2 viewers for the rest of my life until I'm a 60-year-old fucking man, I would do it. Just because I enjoy it, right? What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to go and do some shit that makes me feel exhausted and tired and burned out and hate myself, right? But someone else might do something like that and really enjoy it. You got to do what you like. Because if you don't, you want to fucking kill yourself. And that's like not a good space to be in. I can donate SA subs. They cost less than a piece of chicken from KFC. If you wanted to launder money, Vox, what you do, or you see, I know all the dirty tricks because I've been looking into these. What you want to do is you want to be a dirty bitch about it. You want to VPN to Turkey because I believe those are the cheapest subs on earth, and then donate. And you want to make sure that you're set as a US-based streamer, so you get a payout into a US bank account. Because as far as I'm aware, you still get the full payout from Twitch, even if the sub comes from Turkey. That may have been patched. I know a few people were doing that. They were doing money laundering through Turkish subs. And I believe they got arrested, but I'm not sure. I didn't follow up on that. Tried streaming for a while, 10 average. It was just not for me. If it's not for you, it's not for you. You got to do what works for you. If you tried it and it didn't work out, hey, you tried. And it's honestly, it's what do you like? Where's the joy? And if there's no joy in it, don't do it. What's the fucking point? You're just causing yourself suffering for no reason.
Yeah, okay, I don't care at all. My channel's not gonna be affected at all. But yes, there is more. Now, I told you guys, what was this? 4 years ago that Genshin Impact was botting me. And then once I was blacklisted, I lost 3.
Hoyoverse, any Hoyoverse game, is the worst fucking place. It is the worst fucking place when it comes to legitimate views. It's almost all bots on all of those Chinese cartoon games. All of them. And they have the biggest incentive to do that because most of their games have monetary incentive to push kids into gambling systems and to get viewers addicted to the gambling thing. So of course they're going to do it, because if they can bot like 5,000 viewers to 50,000 viewers on some fucking VTuber playing the newest, I don't know, Ching Chong Star Rail game, and they can get like maybe 20 people addicted to their gambling gacha mechanic system for the next 4 months, they make way more money than they put in. An infinite amount of money. Holy shit, like so much it's unreasonable. And if they're really lucky, some percentage of the people who do go into those gambling systems get addicted, and then they can't stop because they just, something short circuits in their brain and they can't handle it anymore. I know my step grandmother was a vicious gambler. Fucked up my grandfather's life. Vicious piece of shit. Destroyed everything. And gamblers, even if it's in like a video game like Genshin Impact or some fucking stupid game like that, gamblers are incapable of escaping the high they get from pulling on the lever of a slot machine, doesn't matter if it's digital or not. They will lose everything. They will take out loans. They will sell a fucking kidney if they have to, just to feel that little dopamine hit one more time.
3,000 viewers overnight. And a lot of people said I was cope, that Genshin Impact is not botting their viewers. Well, unfortunately, and I got some really bad news.
100% they're botting their viewers. What's up, Denny? Good to see you again. We're looking at Twitch's view botting issues and how fucking disgusting all of it is, and how almost every single person on this platform is view botting.
News for you.
Him included.
Hoyo versus Viewbots were hit because Ziox himself also took a massive hit at the same time on his stream, which means Hoyo creators, yes, you are going to be fucked. And by the way, the very interesting thing about all—
Do you see this? Do you see how I was talking about how unnatural these graphs look? They look like a manipulated stock market graph that refuses to drop off below a certain level. It's always like that with these Viewbotter channels. It's so fucking ridiculously consistent.
All of this is that Honkai Star Rail streamers, yes, you know who you are, who are getting viewbotted by the company right now, those viewbots are not gone. Streamers who I know are being viewbotted, those viewbots are not gone. So there are companies finding out a way to get around these viewbots. But as far as the gacha company goes, you are about to see a lot of streamers who are contracted with Hoyoverse, who are contracted with Honkai Star Rail, take a massive hit. How do you know? Because I've talked to the community managers behind the scenes via— I'll tell you very specifically and very vaguely. There is a streamer who pretends to not be good with me, that I'm actually very good with, that tells me what they're saying behind the scenes. Because this was, I believe,
complete schizoid behavior. I 100% believe that he would do that. I 100% believe that this guy was he'd probably be like, yo, I'm going to pay you 10K a month. I need you to pretend you fucking hate me and get as much information about this. I need you to be my mole. Because I know that this guy came from like the Chinese cartoon game side of things. And then he left that and everyone lost their fucking mind at him when he stopped playing those games. Tried casino, gameplay is shit, no waifu, scammed casino for 55 euros and sparkling water. Now my gambling career is done. You dodged a nuke, Nazak. You dodged a fucking nuke by leaving gambling behind. I promise you. Is Quinn viewbotting? Okay, let's take a look. And now, I pray to God that this man's not viewbotting, because I really like him. I think he's fun. Let's see, we will take a look at the 21st, 22nd of August. So, on the 20th, he had 11K. On the 21st, he had 8K. On the 22nd, he had 6K. Is there any drastic change to what he was doing? Software development, just chatting. Software development, special event, just chatting. Path of Exile, software dev. Path of Exile, Lost Epoch. Path of Exile. So kind of a change, but he's down at 7K, 6K, 6K, 8K, 11K, 7K, 6K, 7K, 7K. Let's go back. 9K, 9K, 9K. Very consistent here. 10K, 6K. So he seems to bounce between 6 and 10K. Let's take a look at one of the graphs. So this is, he had a spike and then a drop. We don't see the same consistency amongst all of these. This one looks the most suspicious. Let's take a look at the 21st. Actually, we should look at the day after the 21st. 22nd. So this graph seems fairly natural. We have a rise. We have like a taper off here. And then he starts dropping. If we go look at the 20th, we have a rise, a peak, and a drop off. Fairly natural curve. We have a rise, a peak, and a drop off. It's very likely, I'm saying this now, it's very likely that Quinn69's channel may be view-botted, but not by him. It's maybe likely that someone may be trying to start shit or saying he's fake by view-botting his channel just because they can. But this doesn't look like an unnatural graph for him. None of his graphs show unnatural patterns because there's always a rise, a peak, and a drop-off, right? Which is fairly like normal viewer behavior. He doesn't seem like he's view-botting. That's not what his stats and his data shows. And if we go back here, he's going between 6 and 9K. We go down here, still 6 and 9K. We go over here, we got between, what, 9 and 10K. These are not like these huge, massive leaps. And there's not these, like, spikes and then it just horizontals out. If there was, like, a horizontal out, then I would be more concerned. But he doesn't look like it. Someone just needs to look at the viewer count of the streamer and apply Benford's law of probability distribution. Yes, but do you think, how many people, Gravy, do you think know what Benford's law is? Actually, you know what? I take that back. Probably a surprising amount. I've seen some really smart shit said by people in like YouTube comments and in the Twitch stream. The only time a big drop is normal is if you randomly get a huge raid. Otherwise, it's bots leaving. Quinn's stuff looks normal. Quinn's stuff looks very natural. It looks like he's gotten a few raids. It looks like maybe running a special event or having drops would change his viewer count. But I'm not seeing this flat line taper off like we saw with that other person. Hold on. God, what was her name? This one. Like, this looks unnatural as fuck. This looks disgustingly unnatural. Like, holy fucking shit. Right? Like, randomly, it's always above 500. And you can tell that the only times that it drops off to 56 is when the view botting stops working. This is the most unnatural fucking graph. Where it's just horizontal all the way across. You don't see that kind of behavior with Quinn stuff. Thankfully. Which is such a sigh of relief because holy shit, I like that, man. Oh, fuck. You know, Quinn, for those who don't know, Quinn69 is such an impressive streamer because it's so amazing to see what a high viewer count he has, how much success he has despite being disabled. Right? Like, he's like a pillar of the community. He holds the flag of disability up for everyone to see. I mean, whoever thought that a New Zealander could do that? Sorry, I spoke. I don't know why I did that. I said disability in New Zealander. That's like same thing.
9 months ago, I told creators to just pretend to be bad with me. That way they get extra viewers from the Hoyo community. But yeah, there is a creator who tells me these things. So yes, even Zyox's viewers were hit. And once the view bots were turned off, Zyox has now experienced another one of his lowest viewed streams of all time immediately after. This is no coincidence. These are enough dots to make a line. Hoyo versus bots are being hit, but not all of them are gone yet. So expect more and more of these gacha creators to go down.
Vox, unironically, yes. When you never got above 10 average viewers, you should have. Because everyone who view bots fucks over everyone who doesn't. That's just how it is.
For the next couple months. You just see that video where someone statistically proved Asmon is a better streamer than Hassan. Well, it's also very true. Speaking of Asmon, I believe Asmon is down 20,000 viewers from his channel. Now, this is the thing that's very confusing to me. So Asmon is also down 20,000 viewers. This is the thing that's very confusing to me, is that there was a...
Asmon Gold's down 20,000 viewers. Really? That many? Well, I mean, fuck it. He's got some of the biggest streams on the platform, doesn't he? I would be unsurprised to know... Hold on. Let's put in the right name, first of all. I would be unsurprised to know that a bunch of people are viewbotting him. So let's see. August 4th, 10th, 17th, 18, 19, 20. So we're looking at 47, 55, 42. Immediately drops down to 29. Then he's back up to 41. And he's back at 40. So it looks like it took 1, 2, 3, 4. Approximately 4 days before the view bosses were back. Incredible. View bosses came back in 4 days. Now, do I think that Asmongold's doing the view botting? No, I think that someone else is view botting him to try and make him look like shit, and then posting it on LSF being like, fuck this guy. Look, he's such a disgusting view botter. I can prove it. He's got no incentive to view bot. Asmongold directly has no incentive to view bot because he's already made it. If he stopped streaming tomorrow, he would probably die before he ran out of money to spend. He's set for life. He's got zero incentive to do this.
New thing that was put in place on Twitch, where if your chat isn't typing enough, your viewers will go down. Now, this was implemented around 8 to 9 days ago, to where if your chat isn't active, your viewership will go down. I believe we saw...
Hold on. On the other hand, Asmongold does seem to piss off a fair number of people for some reason. Well, yeah. Say something that people dislike, but is true, and watch people do every mental gymnastic on planet Earth to try and figure out a way to pull off a gotcha situation. Unironically, people hate. They despise the idea of hearing something that's true, but they disagree with. And he does that all the time. It pisses people. So, like, he'll say something like, this politician is not going to get voted into power because he's gay, right? Now, here's the problem, is he's 100% right about that. He's not making a judgment call on whether he hates gays or not. But what some percentage of viewers watching him will say is, oh, he hates the gays. And then they'll yell at him for that, when that's not what he said. And then another percentage will say, nuh-uh, people love gay people now. And then they won't realize he's making a judgment call based on what is fairly well known, right? Most people in power who have the voting decisions, making the regulations and shit, are still like living in like 1952. And they think like, you know, AIDS is like only gotten by gay people, butt fucking each other. They hate Asmongold because he's black. Yeah, that too. I mean, without the bots, he was still bigger than 98% of others. Unsurprising, yes. And you've got to consider as well, Vox, that Asmongold is now multi-streaming. So there is some percentage of his audience that has now been resyndicated over to Kick, and people will watch him on Kick as well. So he split his audience. So his viewership numbers are going to be lower on Twitch because he's on other platforms as well, and people are going to watch on whatever platform they're most comfortable with.
What was it?
As they
65% of all VTubers where their viewer count went down around 20 to 25%. So if you're not typing in a chat, well, that's why a lot of your viewers are going down as well, because isn't that such a smart idea from Twitch? And in case you're wondering why I crashed the fuck out on my chat the other day, because there was only like one guy typing, which I'll let a little clip play for you real quick, guys. I've been looking at my chat for the past 40 seconds, and it's literally just Nate Dogg typing cat emotes. Every couple months or so, I have to just have a conversation with my Twitch chat. What the fuck do you guys need me to do for you to type some shit on your fucking keyboard? The reason why this was pissing me the fuck off is because that new implementation of Twitch is 1 million.
You know what I said about you being counted as a bot if you lurk in a channel on Twitch? There you go. He snapped there because he's like, my viewership's so low because you're all being counted as bots. Until you type something, you're a bot. That's how fucking stupid Twitch's detection services are.
%% happening, or it's a crazy coincidence. But yes, if your viewers aren't typing enough, then your viewer count will go down. And this leads me to tell you guys about chatbots. Now, chatbots I've told you guys about many times before. And what chatbots are, they are AI chatters, and they detect what your chat is already saying, and then they mimic what they're saying. So a lot of W streamers are praised for having such fast chats. A lot of Poggers community streamers are praised for having such fast chats where everybody agrees, everybody types easy, and all of these emotes are running rampant, especially in Gacha streamers chats as well, where you'll see so many glorps, so many based, so many pogs, so many IIIs. It looks like mental illness personified. And I want to let you know, this is essentially how viewbotting works. Viewbots work by paying somewhere in the ballpark of 80 cents.
It's the same thing I already described, right? Basically, you've got an AI chatbot that scans your chat, reads everything again, and then just rephrases it a little bit, or just spams emotes or the dumbest shit imaginable. And then Twitch will count those as real viewers. So the real human beings who are lurking are counted as bots, and the bots that are posting in the chat are counted as real human beings.
To $1.20 a month, you can have one viewer for a whole month. A chatbot works 5 cents. For 5 cents a month, you will get an AI bot in your chat that will see what the chat is typing, and they will mimic.
Remember what I said when I said cents? 5 cents. He's 100% on the money with that.
Exactly what they're typing. So here's what you're really not going to like. The chats that are more so everybody saying the same thing, those are the ones that are usually the most fraudulent. So chat speed is not indicative of how many viewers you actually have. Other streamers like Morgpie as well. Viewbots are still alive and well, going live into just chatting, then all of a sudden 1.5 up to 4.5.
Do you see that? Do you see it? That's exactly what I'm talking about. That like weird plateau shit. And then she bought more bots, or she set it up so that the bots would occur at this time, 2 hours into the stream. Man, it's always round numbers with these fucking idiots. I don't know why. Holy shit. Man, they make it so obvious. And the problem is, these charts, these graphs, no one's looking at them. If you're a viewer, you're not going out of your way to look at this shit. You're just seeing a number. So you don't see this on the front end. It's fucking holy fucking shit. There's so many liars in this space.
Still happening in streamers like Morgpie as well. So the OnlyFans category is still going strong. Honestly, are we surprised by some OnlyFans girls not having morals? No, not really. Anything to succeed, I totally get it. Lydia Violet was another streamer called out for viewbotting as well. Bouncing up to 5K, going down to 3K, bouncing to 6K, bouncing down to 4K. We have one of the biggest falls off, which is Mizkif. Mizkif went live to 16.2.
I've looked into Mizkif. Mizkif has been bothing for so fucking long. I thought this guy was such a huge deal. I honestly thought that Mizkif was like the biggest deal on Twitch for a while. My naive little lily white ass really thought that. And then I looked into it. A graph jump could be when the strip club closed. No, because then they'd go watch his porn star sister getting fucked instead online.
2,000 viewers, and by the end of the stream, I believe the lowest he dropped to was around 7.5 to even 6.9, meaning that around, I think 220% of Mizkif's viewers were bots. Yeah. So we are going to be seeing some colossal falls off right now. Now, I believe the exact number of viewers that Mizkif was actually botting was around 14,000. I do believe it was 14,000, which, to be honest, I kind of understand why he did that. Ever since he got involved in controversy, I totally understand why he would say, hey, man, or to be completely fair,
the controversy that Mizkif was involved in, I believe, that he's talking about, is that one where one of his friends sexually assaulted a woman at one of those streamer houses and she was like asleep. And then he tried to cover it up by going to that streamer's house and saying, you know how big of a deal I am. I will ruin your life if you out my friend. I believe that's the spark notes of the story. But I do need, like, if someone can correct me, because I might be wrong on that. And I'd prefer to not be wrong if I can. There might be more details there that I'm missing. Is Emmy bad too? We can look into it. Dubber, we'll look into it after this. I never knew what was going on with him. He's a boring guy and is known for being the same organization as Asmon. The thing is, I never saw Mizkif do anything interesting. But maybe I looked at all the parts of the stream that were, like, boring. But I never saw the guy do anything uniquely interesting. I don't think he actually tried to cover it up, but it was the story and why he fell off. Yeah, I'd need to look into it again. It's been such a long time.
maybe somebody else was doing it.
Yeah, it was Slicker. That's who it was. It was the Slicker situation.
Right, maybe somebody else was doing it. But 14,000 viewers when you only average 6,000 is kind of insane. We have streamers like NMP as well, who are dropping down to 10,000 from their normal 16 to 22,000 and haven't gone live ever since the other purge. A lot of streamers are going inactive in August, as well as another big one, which is the famous streamer Kai Cenat, who has only gone live once in August. And the reason why...
What did I say? What did I say? That man is fucking dodging. That man is fucking dodging. That piece of shit. I'm so mad at Kai Cenat. It goes deeper than just the bots. These fucks hire entire agencies, third worlders, and pour ridiculous amounts of money to pay people. The AstroTurf shill and engagement. I know, Benji. I was going to get to this at the end of this, but everything you've said about botting and shit has proven to be 100% correct. Every time you've spoken about people botting or using engagement farming tools or paying for shit, I see no reason to disbelieve any fucking word you've said about any of this. You've been wrong so far about nothing. Because holy shit, is it so fucking bad. And all I had to do to figure that out was scratch a little bit at the surface. And it's like what I spoke about this earlier in the stream, like with New World, how they were botting posts on Reddit and botting posts on the forums to make it look like there was more engagement than there was. You know, New World feels just good different. Remember? It's the streamers, it's the companies behind them, it's the advertising companies that make direct deals with the streamers, it's the fucking viewers, it's the people on LSF who want to attack people who aren't viewbotting to make it look like they're viewbotting because they don't like their opinions. Holy shit, it's everyone. It is everyone. It's every single thing. Every time there's an event, every time there's anything, there are viewbots. It's not just the streamers, but also up-and-coming esports. Yes, exactly. You know what? Okay, I want your opinion on this, Benji, because you probably know this as well. What do you think, personally, is the biggest viewbotting company currently on Twitch? Because the one I've found is Hoyoverse. Any of the Chinese cartoon games, the companies behind them viewbot the shit out of the people streaming their games. Mr. Beast. VTubers for sure. So you're in the same category as me. You also believe it's like the VTubers, it's games like Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail. It's all of those fucking games. It's all of that shit. VTubers, biggest organizations that are botting for streamers. I'm willing to bet that they've got big numbers up there. And I'm talking like 70k botting per streamer. It's ridiculous.
And what's crazy is the reason why they go live, why Kaizen only went live for 20 minutes.
But as if the shit isn't happening with the Nielsen board and traditional TV. Relentless, nothing is clean. There are no businesses, there are no companies where they are not doing some sneaky, snide shit behind everyone's back. I have yet to see anything where everyone is honest and upstanding and does what they're supposed to. Not a single industry, and it doesn't matter if it involves kids or not. In fact, kids' ones might be even filthier. It's everywhere. It's not just TV. It's not just Twitch. It's everywhere. Every single industry on planet Earth. I know someone that was building a sizable following on Twitch organically. Then one of his friends went and bought views for him because, oh, well, everyone does it, so it's fine without his knowledge or consent. And he found out about it and got hella mad. Of course he got mad. If you're trying to do this shit right, if you're trying to do this shit the right way, it's going to piss you the fuck off because the idea that you're going to be flooded with a bunch of bullshit bots makes you look like a rat piece of shit, especially when you're trying to be someone with an actual fucking spine. When you're not trying to be a pussy bitch, it ruins things. It's actually something that'll fuck with your mental more than you people are willing to admit. Because now you're going to stare at a view count and you'll be like, I know most of those motherfuckers are fake. What if all of them are fake? It's horrific. It fucks you up real bad. Think about how shady Naspers is. Vox, I'm going to say a name, and you should know this. Steinhoff. Also, in rare case of independent YouTubers, game companies will boost positive creators to, or try to recruit them. Once Human tried to recruit me because I was popping off, but they wanted to buy my freedom of speech, and I said no. Yeah, no, that happened. The same thing happened to me with Life is Feudal. They tried to say I'm not allowed to review the tutorial that was fucking broken. I was not allowed to say certain things that was fucking broken in their game, and if I dared say anything negative and I'd signed their contract, they were going to make me do hours of work and not say a goddamn word about it. And then they weren't going to pay me. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Go anyone who's even looked at Life is Feudal, never play that big piece of shit. It is such a shitty trash game where nothing works properly. And they tried to make me not look at shit. So I immediately told them to go fuck themselves and did a full stream. I did a full fucking stream. Well, went out of my way to look at everything they told me to avoid. And it was really funny. Because everything was broken. After seeing the wasteful ad stuff we've seen VShojo throw money at, they 100% Viewbotted every stream. Absolutely. Absolutely they did.
Is because these graphs won't show you the actual viewer count unless you're live for an hour. So that way you can have this really nice 190K, and I'm just going to be completely real. There's going to be a lot of streamers who are going to be a lot more inactive over the month of August due to the fact that people are frantically looking for any reason.
And like we saw there in the Twitch tracker, it's been 4 days and people are already back up to their numbers. People are already back up to their numbers. There are people already finding a way around it. 4 days. That's how motivated these people are to be fucking spineless. That's all it took. They are so motivated to continue the lie.
People are frantically looking for any reason, any way to get around Viewbots right now. They are. Now, I'll be real, guys. As a streamer where I've been on this platform for 6.5 years, I've had companies ask me if they can Viewbot me. I've had sponsors ask if they can Viewbot me. By the way, I've said yes to all these, by the way. I've said yes to all these. Absolutely. Why the fuck wouldn't I? Are you kidding me? In a platform where every single top streamer is Viewbotting, and I mean this genuinely. Yes. There are org, and I'm going to say this again and you guys can understand what I mean. There are org-wide Viewbotters.
Yep.
Okay? If you're wondering why all of these big org...
One true king. Yeah. One person you and Sawman interact with, Waydots. I tried to tell him some of his views are possibly from game companies boosting him. His YouTube metrics, which he shares on Twitter and a YouTube Discord, are quite low for someone of his stuff pop off, but he got butthurt and blocked me. Fuck that guy. So that's why you have an issue with him. Well, I think it's funny. I think watching you two yell at each other is really, really funny. I don't have an issue with him because I haven't dug into him, right? I'm on a zero information basis, aside from like one tweet interaction. But at some point, I'll look into it. But it's really funny watching him fucking unblock you just so he can screech and then run away. I love that shit so much. I'm a bad human being because I enjoy watching people yell at each other. God, this is why I was on 4chan for so long in my life. Literal Asmongold's Viewbotter came out on poll about how him and OTK Viewbot, and he even proved he's their Viewbotter by randomly boosting literal Who streams. Dude, please send me a link to those. I'd love to see the links to the threads talking about who they're Viewbotting just for shits and giggles, because I've yet to see any 4chan posts. Maybe they're on V or maybe they're on G, where they're like going out of their way to fuck with streamers just because they love it. That implies you quit 4chan, but I was told no one can leave 4chan. I haven't quit 4chan so much as I've reduced the amount I go on 4chan. Not because I got better as a person, Sasha, purely because I just don't have enough time in the day to do it.
So many more viewers for their streamers. Man, I sure wonder why that is. I sure wonder why that is. Oh, and trust me, guys, there's a lot more orgs than just OTK. And yes. I want to make that very clear. There's a lot more orgs than just OTK. There's a
FaZe is probably one of the biggest ones as well. AMP as well. I'm trying to think if there's any other big ones. But it's essentially any organization that has an incentive to try and make themselves look as big and important as possible is going to be Viewbotting. Every single one of them.
A lot more. Okay? You guys are going to be seeing a lot of streamers move to other platforms. Yo, Lacey, how was Kick, man? How was Kick? Lacey, was Kick good? Was that shit good? But yeah, we're going to see a lot of streamers who can't mentally take the fortitude of people realizing that everybody on this platform was viewbotted, and a lot of them aren't nearly as relevant as they pretend they are. Now, do you want to know what is a good indicator of how relevant someone is? Their viewership on YouTube. How many views they get on their YouTube videos is a very good indicator on how many...
What did I say? What did I say? If someone's got a huge viewership on Twitch and then you go to their fucking YouTube channel and it's like 200 subscribers, it's probably bullshit. Because you don't grow on Twitch. You grow on YouTube and then you move people over to Twitch.
How many views they have. And the reason why that is because, guys, where do you think all these viewers are coming from? Twitch does not get you more viewers. You get more viewers from TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So if someone's succeeding on YouTube, that's pretty much all that matters. Since you're talking about Twitch today, have this info account as well. What is this? Class Twitch clarity. Ludwig Agron is allowed to do alcohol challenge with Smash professionals until they're hammered, then they assault each other, and he doesn't get banned. But I take a single drink that's self-destructive. Good stuff, Lamau. See you next week. That's absolutely fucking insane. I was even approached in 2024 by one of my friends, and they said, "Hey, do you want me to bot you for this month?" And I said, "Oh, absolutely. Oh, 100%. Yeah." And I said, "I just don't want to know about it." Now me and that friend don't talk.
You see, to me, that's bitch-made behavior. Everyone else is doing it, so that makes it okay that I'm doing it. That's how you get 500 black people running out of California fucking stores with TVs and shit. Oh, it's fine. It's fine because Black Lives Matter. That's why I need this TV. That's societal collapse behavior. That's when you've got a father-shaped hole in your soul because you never had one. That's how you behave. It's pussy behavior. I'd be so fucking mad if someone viewbotted my channel. It's such fucking... I don't know if anyone knows this guy on Twitter. There's a guy called Commander Root who came up with a way to remove fake followers from a channel. Right? If that same guy came up with a way to remove bots, I would be so fucking happy. I would go out of my way to give that man money to make that happen. Holy shit. I'd be so excited. I love that man so much for the work he does. There was an Albion streamer who had a big bot set to always be on top. And so during a big streamer event that Annie Fashia girl streamed to 1,000, suddenly the dude sits around 400 to 800 and was suddenly at 3K. So basically, basically his bots just kept on pushing above everyone else. Amazing. Fucking amazing. It's beautiful when they do that. I'm viewbotting right now. It should be ready for the next. Don't you dare, Banatu. Don't you dare. I don't want no fucking clankers in here. I don't want no goddamn wirebacks in here. You keep your fucking washing machine in your kitchen or in your laundry room, but you don't bring that shit over here.
Talk anymore, but it is what it is. Yeah, there's been a lot of people doing this for a very long time. And I mean this genuinely. Everybody's eyes is on everybody's viewership right now. I mean, even me, guys, I'm down to 2,000 viewers, which to be honest really isn't that bad. We're only 38 minutes in. That's probably going to go up to like 2.6, 2.8 by the end of the fucking stream. But yeah, I think we still got around 3.5 on YouTube as well as 1.5K on Quick. But we're going to be seeing a lot of streamers go on hiatus. We're going to be seeing a lot of streamers take breaks. And we're going to be seeing a lot of streamers act sus like they're having mental health crises lately. Because this issue is running rampant. It's going on for everybody. The average viewer doesn't care if someone gets 10K viewers or 16, 20.
I can bot you 2 viewers. Vox, literally don't bother. Don't do it. Because it is not worth your effort to do that, right? You should not have to make extra clicks just to watch something you want to watch. Fuck that. It's not worth it.
Okay, it's just insane insecurity. They have to just not stream. Oh, I know. I know. Here's the thing that I want to stress to you guys. If there's any streamer streaming through August, you should give them a massive W. Because you are going to be seeing colossal fall-offs, and trust me, and I mean this genuinely, this is the big issue. This is the big issue that streamers are going to have. This Viewbot purge that Twitch is doing, it's only temporary. It is. It is. There will be new websites. There will be new ways to get around this. And guys, miraculously, there's going to be streamers who are just going to go back to same old, same old. The moment.
Unironically, I'm willing to bet that most of these rat fucks all sit in the same Discord using the same bots. And what's happened already, like we saw, it took 4 days, right? What happens is they all sit in the same Discord, and it's about botting. And whenever one of them finds the bot that gets around the Twitch system, they just tell all their friends so that everyone can go back to normal. Because the thing is, a rising tide raises all ships, but a sinking tide also sinks all of them. So they all understand that they have to protect each other's lives now, because if one of them goes down, they're all going to go down together, so they have to help each other out. They have to suck each other's cocks now to keep the lie up. What a bunch of bitches.
That any of these things are fixed, everybody's going to be back to normal. And I mean this genuinely. Streamers are now going to be at a collective loss if they're not viewbotting. Because now everybody knows how bad this issue is.
You know what should happen? Unironically, the best way to fix this is if you get caught viewbotting, there should be some kind of ban that's put in place. Or if you get caught viewbotting, that Twitch just divides your view count in half automatically. There needs to be a better system. There needs to be something that's far more brutal and far more effective that Twitch needs to do. But hey, it's Twitch, so that's never fucking happening. There's 250 viewers with 800 follow into it. No, none of that. I want none of that. Zero, Banatu. Fuck all of that. Please, God, don't do that, Banatu. I have to go out of my way to go find that script that fucking Commander Root made again to remove any fake bot that follows. And I don't want to have to do that. I've had to do that like twice already.
Streamer has viewbots. Whether that's them, whether that's a viewer, whether that's a company. I don't know. There's also going to be aggressive viewbotters. People who are going to get around the viewbot somebody, take a screenshot, and say, look at this specific streamer.
Yep.
Just look at LSF. They're already targeting me every single fucking day. Look at Twitter. It's the same fucking shit. Because everybody needs someone to blame for all of this. And I'm sure they're going to...
The second you have a disagreement or you call someone a retard in chat, they'll viewbot you so that they can turn around and say you're a piece of shit. They'll do that. Of course they'll do that. These are the same people who will send fucking SWAT teams to your house. You think they won't do that shit?
To blame. But Twitch is now at an impasse. Consistently work in perpetuity to permanently remove viewbots off their platform. They won't, by the way.
Which they won't, yes.
Because there's even been Twitch staff behind the scenes who were already aware of many streamers with 40% fraudulent viewership for years, and they did absolutely nothing. There was...
You know what we need? Actually, unironically, we need a third party who develops some kind of extension in a browser or an app or something that flags every fucking viewbotting channel and says, hey, these are viewbotting rats. This channel's viewbotted. Now, I wish that there was a way to tell whether it was the streamer doing the viewbotting or whether it was someone maliciously viewbotting them, but I don't think that'll ever exist, unfortunately. Speaking of, streamers will pay money to sabotage other streamers they deem a threat. Well, yes, that's what Mizkif has done for years. Tectone's haters are probably just third worlders taking a paycheck to talk smack. Absolutely. I know for a fact that there are people who will jump on the hate train because someone else has paid them to do so. Or someone else has like bought out a bunch of botted comments so they can fuck with people. And you know what the thing is? Sometimes, Benji, they don't even have to be streamers paying someone money to sabotage someone else. Someone will do it just for shits and giggles. Does anyone know? I'm sorry, Dave, I was bored. Oh, Steve.
So bored, I just sent a bunch of flowers to my neighbour Steve with a note that reads, I still miss you. Love, Laura. Kiss, kiss, kiss. I guess his wife just found them. Sorry, Steve. I was bored.
Do you think they won't fucking do that with viewbotting? Sorry, Steve, I was bored. That's gonna happen so fucking much, by the way. It's the same thing. It's gonna keep happening. It's gonna get worse from here on out.
There's even a third-party app that was created by Asmongold and myself, as well as another company, to detect viewers during the whole Fexture Life shit, to where everybody could see who was fraudulent or not. 8% viewership, 20% viewership, 30% viewership. Everybody already knew. Everybody already fucking knew. But now Twitch has realized they need to stay on top of this issue forever, which they won't.
They won't.
On Twitch streamers, and I mean this genuinely, you have two choices.
The best Twitch can probably do is the MMO thing, where things come in ban waves, where they'll delete bots in waves, and then they'll just keep coming back, and there'll be new waves, and you'll see that the bot wave deletions will match up with a bunch of streamers taking mental health breaks until 2 to 3 days later when it's back to normal. Holy fuck, I wasted money on subs when I could have bought viewbots for shits and giggles. Some ideas come too late. For example, like that one time I realized sticking my dick in a crazy bitch was not a good idea. It's fine, you can stick your dick in a crazy bitch, just don't give her your phone number. Give her your friend's name. Give her someone you dislike. Tell them you're him. It's fine. Put your dick in crazy, just don't be there in the morning when she's holding the scissors. I think that was going on a few years back when PewDiePie got into some competition with some corporate Indian channel. Yes, with T-Series, yes. And it's very likely that T-Series was fudging their numbers as much as possible so that they could take the crown, quote, of beating PewDiePie, even though it was completely fake. Didn't matter.
Go to a new platform, or Viewbot like everybody else is doing.
Yes.
Because it's either get left behind or get left behind harder.
Yes.
Now, the good news is Kick is actually incredibly fair, because when you get Viewbotted on Kick, you go up to 3.7 million viewers, and everybody already knows it's fucking fraudulent. YouTube is incredibly fair because it's your algorithm, and the more you succeed on YouTube, the better off you'll be ever. And the best thing is, by the way, Viewbots don't account for revenue on your streams. So they've already been able to detect this. They've already been known of this, because if you're on Twitch, you get 8,000 viewers, but your income was only like 5,000 for the month. That's because Twitch already had the software back end to detect the Viewbots, and they intentionally just weren't doing them. Now, I think that's everything that we need to say, but I mean this genuinely. Twitch streamers, you are now damned if you do, damned if you don't, and I highly recommend multi-streaming to every platform, because if you think you're growing on Twitch, you are most likely not. Everybody has been going down. Everybody's been going down, unless that traffic was brought in from TikTok or Instagram. Now, do we have questions? I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes.
Yeah, unironically, like I said before, there's no reason to not multi-stream. If you're going to be doing streaming stuff, you have to multi-stream, because if there is anyone who watches on Twitch, one day soon, like within like a year or two, Twitch might not fucking exist at all if it keeps on going down this path. Or it'll be a sunset streaming website that no one gives a fuck about, and there might be no monetary incentive, or something's going to happen to it, And that means if you were just like a single platform streamer, you're fucked. But if you're not, you can tell people to go somewhere else.
Questions, and I'll answer everything. I will answer everything. Not a bad platform to be at. No, to be honest, Kick and YouTube are great. Twitch has always been a piece of shit platform, always. That's the thing, if they ban them and the creators adapt, they don't know how to accurately calculate money anymore. Also very true. Also, when sponsors get a hold of this information, there will be no more sponsors left on Twitch.
Yeah, Adpocalypse will be coming again. And then we'll also get Pirate Software being like, actually, there's not a Twitch of Adpocalypse at all. He'll be talking to himself because he's got no viewers left.
Sponsorships as well as advertisers are about to pull out of Twitch very hard. Do you think Hassan is viewbotting? Oh, 1,000,000%, absolutely.
Yes.
No, 100%. Once again, there's still many other viewbotting sites that have not been taken down yet. I would probably give this another 2 weeks to a month or so to actually see whether Twitch is going to implement this or not. And maybe there's also a chance that Twitch doesn't enact it on certain streamers. If not more money for having bots, why do it? Well, the thing you have to understand is there are, and I hate to say this, I think he'll forgive me for saying this. There is a streamer, and there are streamers where people bot for fun. Now, I was on 4chan yesterday because I wanted to see all of their insight. Because Twitch, I'm not gonna lie, 4chan actually knows quite a bit. Don't go on there, by the way. It's a horrible fucking site.
I would love to see the threads talking about this. I would love to see the threads where there's someone showing that they view bot. I would love to see those. And I'm trying to figure which board I should be lurking. It might be G. It might be V. It might be VT. VT's probably got a bunch of view bots. VG, maybe? Fuck. I'd have to look into it. The thing is, I can't pull 4chan up on screen right now because you might just get a big black cock in your face if I go to a red board.
AI videos of me sucking dicks. It's weird as fuck to say, so don't go on that side. Unless you want to see me do that. Yeah. But there was even people viewbotting Canute for fun. They were like, yo, I'm gonna go viewbot Canute 500 viewers. Oh shit, it didn't work. Oh, they actually cracked down on this viewbotting site. And then they went to another one and they tried to viewbot them again. No, I mean this generally. There are streamers who have incredibly parasocial chats. And to be honest, the more a streamer is cared about by their chat, the likelihood of them getting viewbotted by their chat, it goes much higher. It does. It really, really, really does. Because your viewers are gonna want their streamers to succeed. And that's a big issue because—
So that's the thing. You think you're helping, but you're making the situation worse. And ironically, people think they're helping by viewbotting people because they want someone to succeed, but they're actually making the situation 1,000 times worse.
Once again, I have a friend, still have this friend, where they were being viewbotted for around 1.2 thousand every stream. And after a month, because they had an issue with this viewer, they realized that they went from having around 1.6 thousand to 400 viewers. And them thinking they were doing so well into automatically, now all their viewers are fucking gone. Well, that was enough for them to like never want to stream again. And they haven't streamed since. Yeah.
What did I say? It fucks with your mental. For someone who hates this stuff, who wants to have a spine, who wants to do this properly, who does this shit for the love of the game, getting viewbotted fucks with your mental. It fucks you up. It really screws with your internal clock here. Because you're always thinking, am I just talking to a bunch of fucking robots all day? And if I wanted to talk to a bunch of robots, I would go get a job in retail or work at a fucking McDonald's.
So there are people who viewbot their streamers, and that's why this whole situation is really bad, right? It's pretty much a witch hunt this person. It's pretty much a witch hunt at this point, and it's going to boil down to, do you like this person? It was their chat botting them. Do you not like this person? It was them botting.
Yes.
Now, I will say there is a streamer who was botting 14,000 viewers where they had to have an intervention and tell them to stop viewbotting, but I'll never say who that is. But yes, it's really going to be a witch hunt. It's really going to be a witch hunt. If you like this person, then they're chat botting them. If you don't like this person, it's them viewbotting. And it's going to be a fucking mess. But yeah, is Twitch protecting Hassan viewbotting? Curious question. I honestly don't know. But do I think Hassan's viewership is completely legitimate? No, absolutely not. No, I don't. Any other questions? Erob chatbots to get him in trouble? Absolutely. Erob is another streamer who gets forcefully viewbotted upon him just to give him shit online. Absolutely. Even Shy Lily had only 3.
Erob. Fuck. Who's Erob? Is he the half black guy who was hanging around Hassan? I can't remember Erob. Jesus, I gotta look this up now. Yeah, I think this is him. He was the one watching the fucking things, or was that NMP?
3K to 4K yesterday and other VTubers as well. Yeah, absolutely. Like, what was it? I saw Saikudo at 900 viewers yesterday. I saw Valkyrie at 4K. I saw Pokimane at like 2K. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of streamers are fucking crashing and burning.
I'm so unsurprised to hear that someone like Pokimane would be viewbotting.
right now. Think QT Cinderella is also a Viewbot. Every time she organizes an event, she gets 30,000 views. But other than that, nobody gets like 2K, 5K. Oh, that's another thing. And I mean this genuinely, without exception, every single streamer event is botted. Every single one.
Yes.
Every single one.
Yep.
Zero exception. Zero exception. Especially if they're sponsored. Because either they're going to bot it for the sponsor or the sponsor is going to bot it themselves. Yeah, Worlds also, I'm not sure, but to be honest, I wouldn't put it past him, right? People want to see those big numbers hit, especially once it gets like the 300K range. Yeah, QT is a total fraud and bet with sponsors brands. We'll most likely hear more about this in the weeks to come. Why Viewbot? Like, what's the point? Okay, so the reason why people Viewbot is for a couple things. Let's try Viewbot. CCV, which is your concurrent viewership, is tested every 28 days. And what your average concurrent viewership is for the past 28 days gets sold to sponsors. So if you have a higher concurrent viewership, you can sell your rates. So I'm gonna give you some like real statistical facts here, right? So 80 cents to $1.20 gets you one Viewbot for a month. So let's say you want to Viewbot 20,000 people. That's gonna cost you around $16,000 to $24,000 a month. Now, that seems like a lot of money. But if you are able to sell one sponsor, if you were to get one sponsor a month and they pay you double your CCV for 2 hours, that means as long as you're getting one sponsor a month, you can take half of that sponsor money, put it towards the Viewbots, and then you get higher rates.
So, and then you just keep on stacking it up over time, yeah. And then you just make infinite money off of this. This is the infinite money glitch is now ending. If I could sleep at night like a fucking psychopath, and I had no soul, I would Viewbot the shit out of my channel. Know it's all fake, not give a fuck and make as much money as possible.
So it's infinite money. Now let's say there's creators who get 7, 8, 9, 10, like VTubers do. That's infinite money forever. Also, and I hate to throw him under the bus, but Rochin got 80K while watching Gamescom live event. Well, I mean, to be honest, guys, and I mean this genuinely, you guys should not be holding it against creators for the Viewbots right now, because we're still not really sure who's doing it maliciously and who's doing it for them. Even with Hassan, I'm not going to say it's Hassan Viewbotting himself, right? I'm not going to, because I don't know that. The only people that I can speak assuredly that are getting Viewbots is Hoyoverse. Hoyoverse, I know Viewbots, their creators, as well as Gotcha creators get a lot of Viewbots.
Yep. Hoyoverse, any VTuber company, they're going to be the worst.
It's been rampant for years. That's pretty much the only thing that I know, as well as the Merry Maybe PUBG sponsor. I know that's also PUBG. Sponsors, AT&T, Progressive, all of these big ads with... And
something to look out for in the future. You're going to see a lot of spikes in viewership whenever there is a Chinese video game released and the people get sponsored to play it. Doesn't matter if the Chinese video game's good or not. If it's something backed by Tencent, you will see viewership spike consistently when playing Chinese video games on Twitch.
I hate this. There's a lot of streamers who do AT&T and Progressive ads. Every single one of those ads is botted. Every single one of them. Yeah, but that's why they do it. As well as there is a Kingmaker system on Twitch. Kingmakers are essentially streamers who stay in one category and they bot themselves to the very top to where any new viewer stays in that category will go to that streamer. So for example, if there's, say, a streamer that for some reason always stays in Honkai Star Rail, or a streamer who for some reason always stays in Genshin Impact, it's because what they're trying to do is essentially take over that category, get all of those viewers, and then collect them for themselves, right? So to be completely honest, if a streamer isn't botting themselves to the very top left of the category consistently, then it doesn't really matter other than them getting extra money from sponsors, as well as maybe their ego was too small or too big for them to handle having below a certain amount of viewers. But that's essentially it. Ego, money, as well as if you get to the very top of a category, extra viewers. Yeah, if Twitch knows the Twitch account is a bot, why do they not pay the streamer instead of just banning the account? So the reason why they don't want to ban the account is because Twitch sells to investors as well as advertisers. This is how many active viewers we have. This is how many viewers we can sell to you guys. There's this many people on our platform, so trust me, there's 40 to 45 million users on our platform every day. Trust me, AT&T and Progressive and what's...
It's more than that. He's missing a piece of the puzzle. Twitch is owned by Amazon. Twitch has to continually attempt to justify its existence to Amazon despite losing money consistently and not having a single profitable year. Not even during COVID. Now imagine you're Amazon looking at Twitch, going, why the fuck do we own this company? Imagine Twitch turns around and says, oh, by the way, the fact that we're non-profitable, it's about to get much worse. Because it turns out that 75% of our site is completely fake. You're an Amazon executive and you're doing an audit on Twitch. Are you keeping that site around? Now knowing that 75% of it's just fake bullshit? Probably fucking not. It's just a black hole that money disappears down. Of course, Of course they're not going to want to keep that shit around. So Twitch is going to try and downplay this problem as much as possible, not just to investors, not just to advertisers, but to the people who own them, Amazon, and pretend Daddy Amazon, it's not that bad. I promise you. We're being honest with you. But if Daddy Amazon starts looking close enough, shit's going to fall apart real fast.
Raid Shadow Legends.
That's when we're back to Justin TV.
You want to sponsor our platform for mid-rolls. You want to put your puppy chow ads on the side. You want to do all this shit. Trust me, you want to invest in our company. So now them purging their own platform is about to lose Twitch a fuck ton of money. You've been saying this for years, though? Oh, I know. I've been telling you guys this shit for 4.5 years. But now people are finally starting to listen. This is like cheating. It should still be stopped. It's like cheating in a video game because one guy doesn't mean everyone should be doing it. It needs to stop. Well, the reason why it's difficult, to stop this issue is the fact, and I mean this genuinely, guys. I mean this genuinely. And there's a lot of female streamers who have stopped streaming as much lately because they're horrified. This happens to lots of female streamers. There is a lot of streamers where it's actually not them doing it.
Yeah.
It's their chatter.
I'm willing to bet that if we're looking at ratios of what happens, male streamers are more likely to bot themselves, whereas female streamers are likely to be botted by someone else. Because we know that anyone who's simping for female streamers is already a fucking brain-broken retard who can't think for themselves. So, of course, they think they're helping their titty queen on Twitch by viewbotting for her. I'll do anything for my queen. And then they go and find a viewbotting site and fuck her mental up. Dudes will be like, yeah, I'm viewbotting, fuck you. It's like that rapper of the week said. Everyone should viewbot. And if you don't, you should put salt around the lid of this bottle and shove it up your ass. If you were Amazon and you paid $1 billion for a platform that only has like 200k real concurrent viewers, how angry would you be? I would be fucking furious as Amazon. Especially considering that Amazon is attempting to compete within the media landscape, even though it's a delivery company, and it's trying to like spread its tentacles into everything. I would be floored. I would be so filled with rage if I was one of those execs looking at Twitch, finding out how fake everything is. YouTube does that every minute. YouTube is at least owned by Google, and YouTube is the winner. YouTube is profitable. So YouTube's like, yeah, fine, we'll do whatever the fuck, we're on top. Everyone else is below us. I mean, we looked at YouTube's numbers on streaming, and without even trying, YouTube is the biggest streaming platform. It's so big that by comparison, people don't even consider YouTube to be a part of the streaming race. They're just like, Twitch is the #1 platform, but it's not. It's YouTube, hands down.
This
is how it is
for them. So in case you're wondering, and just to be completely transparent with you guys, I want to say 5 or 6 female streamers have called me concerned that their viewership isn't legitimate, and they're afraid to go live because they don't know how many viewers they actually have. We're gonna see a big purge and a very big difference on Twitch viewership. Absolutely.
You see, that makes no sense to me. What he just said there makes no sense to me. 5 or 6 female streamers have messaged me saying they are afraid of going live because they're not sure if their viewership was real or not. If I was concerned about fake viewership, I would want to go live, and then I would immediately make a statement saying, thank God the view bots are gone, guys. Now we can start growing an actual community. It makes no sense to me to be scared of going live knowing you're going to have a lower viewer count, but at least the human beings there are real. How is YouTube #1 when there's no one streaming there except American news outlets? Biggest streamers? God, what was that website that tracked all the streaming platforms? Live streaming platforms. Here we go. YouTube has so many people going onto its platform that there are a million small streams, like fucking all over the place, right? The average viewership is 6 million. 3 times larger than the #1 streaming platform. And it turns out that the #1 streaming platform might be like majority fake. If we're being fucking honest, if we're being generous, maybe this is actually 1 million viewers, and this year is probably 100,000 viewers. Because Kick has a bigger botting problem than Twitch does. YouTube probably has about 15% bots at the moment. I'm willing to bet that YouTube, because of their relationship with advertisers and their relationship with Google, and that they've got the most sophisticated bot detection network out there, even though they are a fuck up, I'm willing to bet that they've got better systems for detecting when there are bots. YouTube does have bots, but not nearly as bad. I think YouTube's biggest botting problem actually comes in the comments, where people get a bunch of chat bots, and if you say something negative about a video game that's currently going through a promotion, that company has probably bought a bunch of chat bots to shit on you in your comments to make you feel bad and try and make other people who read your comments disagree with you as well. How can you set a chatbot? AI. Yes. AI, or what you can do if you don't want to do that is you hire out an Indian company for like $50 a month, and you get a bunch of Pajeets in an office who sit there typing shittily worded fucking English messages into the comments of whatever video they come across. And it's not that hard, because think about it. You've got between 100 and 150 guys just sitting in a fucking back office. Let's say Genshin Impact. Fuck it, I don't know. Let's see. Dracantos. Now, I'm not accusing Dracantos of this, right? But there are a bunch of videos about Dracantos because they recently did their thing, right? All it would take is this company, if they were backed by a big company, is to buy out one office in a third world country and get them to scroll through the most popular videos of Dracantos right now and shit out a bunch of shittily worded fucking comments shitting on the guy who made the review, saying, actually, you're a liar, you're full of shit, and tank their reputation and get real people to believe that whoever's talking about it is lying.
Here's what I might actually say. Twitch has cracked down on bots in the past 2 to 3 days, and Viewbots, victims of Viewbotting, are getting exposed. Exactly. Streamers that are part of groups orgs are simply botted much more heavily. Exactly. I don't want to start witch hunting. The data's interesting. Go see for yourself. No, 100 million%. 100 million%. Yeah. So if you were part of an org, and maybe, you know, and I'm just going to be completely honest. How do I say this? So there are stream packages where you can Viewbot for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, right?
Yep.
So let's just say hypothetically, you were to leave an org, people would say, well, then they would immediately lose their viewers. No, because there are orgs that will bot you for a year at a time, because that's what saves you the most money. And so people won't see that fall off for a year later. Hopefully. Not
only that, but they're likely to bot you for a year, so that if you leave their org and your viewership doesn't change, then the org has plausible deniability, saying, look, their viewership was the same, so it's not us. Or they can say, well, we're not viewbotting anyone, see, because their viewership didn't change when they left. Or that streamer then has a deal with them, and contracts run out on like a quarterly basis or on a certain date, and they'll be given the information to keep that viewbot going. They just have to pay for it themselves.
If that makes sense. You know a lot? Yeah, when me and Asma were looking at Effectual Life around 2.5, 3 years ago, I learned a lot about this shit very, very, very quickly. Now, everything is being hyper-accelerated. But at the end of the day, as long as you like the streamer that you're watching, that's pretty much all that matters.
Yes.
Which, we still have 2.5 thousand viewers, guys! Let's fucking go! People told me I wouldn't break 1,000 today. People told me I wouldn't break a fucking 1,000. Already broke 2.5, bitch. It's really that easy. Hey, it is what it is. We'll see how much I have once Asmongold goes live.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Big number territory yet. Big number territories at noon. Do you guys have any other question on what we're about to see? So let me give TLDR. Everybody's been botting. Viewers, chatters, sponsors, companies, organizations. Not all of them are gone yet. And I mean this genuinely. Every day that goes by, we're going to see another streamer dramatically fall off.
Yes.
Yeah, dramatically. Legal consequences anytime.
Thank God. Thank God. You know what? I honestly hope that Twitch does burn. Not only because it'll be hilarious to watch the crash outs. I think that'll be fucking funny as fuck. But I honestly think that you should stream for the love of the game. I think you should genuinely stream for the love of the game. And if you suck at streaming and still love it, guess what? That's not wasted time. If you play a shitty MMO and you love that MMO, it's not wasted time because you're still doing something that you like personally. You're still getting a good memory out of it, even if everyone else disagrees with you.
Anytime soon, I'm going to talk to Andrew Esquire about this. I think that Twitch knowingly letting all of these streamers Viewbot for years, letting all of these companies Viewbot for years, I think this actually does open them up to a lawsuit. I do. I do.
I don't think it does. I don't think it does. They got plausible deniability because you'd have to prove who's doing the viewbotting, and I don't think this is going to be a legal thing. I would be astounded if any legal action is taken here. But I've been wrong before. If I make a statement like that, you should always bet against me because you're more likely to win.
Genuinely do believe that this opens them up to a lawsuit. 100%. Would the viewbot removal help or hurt new streamers? Here's the big issue. With all of the viewbots being removed, you would think that that would help new streamers, right? You think that it would. It actually hurts new viewers. And let me tell you why that is. Because now all of these streamers who think there's a chance to blow up from Twitch are going to realize the crushing reality that no one blows up on Twitch. No.
Yeah, this is what's going to happen, right? People are going to realize that Twitch is a niche website that doesn't have the viewership base. No one grows on Twitch. You have to make YouTube videos. You have to go out of your way to make other content that you re-syndicate to other platforms. That's how you grow. And they're not going to do that. People don't have the motivation to do that. And it's not just down to motivation, actually. It's down to capacity. Let's say you are someone who's working a 9 to 5, losing your fucking mind, and your one joy in life is streaming, and you genuinely thought, or you were manipulated into believing by one of these big streamers, that your dream can come true if you just stream more. All of a sudden you realize there's not the viewership base for you to stream more and grow. You're fucked. You got to go somewhere else. You got to go to YouTube. You got to make extra content. And guess what? You're waking up at 5 in the morning so you can catch some public transport to your dog shit job that makes you want to repaint your ceiling with your fucking brains every day. You get home at 7 o'clock, you're burned out, you're tired, and you're like, damn, I barely have the energy to stream for 4 hours. Now, where are you going to find the time to turn that into a YouTube video? Where are you going to find the time to turn that into YouTube shorts so you can start trying to grow? I know. I'm going through that right now. I have to batch my content where I take my streams and I like burn myself the fuck out like 1 day a week trying to make as many videos as possible that I can then post to my channel because I know I don't have the time anywhere else. So now imagine someone else who's in a much worse position than me, who really wants to make this into a job. They're fucked.
No one does. So this dream that people had of this fame and fortune that they're chasing on Twitch, they're going to realize that it never existed. And to be honest, I think a lot of new streamers are just going to quit. Genuinely. And now there's going to be a witch hunt for many different... Now, I'll be real. A person like me, this motivates the fuck out of me. Because I've known... Guys, I've known all these fucking streamers who have been viewbotted. I'm telling you, I've known this shit for years. I've been telling you guys about this shit for years. You know how frustrating it is for me to go live and always be compared to these streamers. Like, oh, yeah, this guy gets this guy gets that. I'm like, yeah, I bet he is when he's getting viewed by 14,000. Yeah, good for him. And nobody called it out. Nobody called it out. I felt like I was losing my fucking mind.
Imagine how many 19-year-olds, imagine how many 16-year-olds are seeing all these gigantic numbers on Twitch. I suppose they don't watch Twitch anymore, on Kick. And they genuinely think that they have the opportunity to blow up. So they drop out of school. They make life-altering decisions. They do stupid as fuck things, only to find out that the opportunity never existed in the first place. They'd be screwed.
But if Twitch can make this sustainable, if Twitch can actually get rid of all viewbots, which, by the way, I'm very skeptical of, considering the Honkai Star Rail viewbotters are still not punished. The ad for Mary Maybe still happened yesterday. I don't know if they're going to be able to take out company-wide sponsors.
Good natural selection. You say that, Edward. You say that until that 16-year-old who's got no other choice is breaking into your house and trying to steal your shit. Now, personally, that's why I want to move to Texas, because when one of them shows up, I want to blow a big fucking hole in him. But for everyone else who doesn't have that kind of freedom, like in the UK, like in third world countries like mine, like in California or wherever the fuck else, those kids are going to directly affect your lifestyle in one way or another. Or they're going to start pulling a Johnny Somali in your local store.
So, if they can take everything out, great. If not, I feel like Twitch might actually be fucked. I've even considered going full-time YouTube streamer. Like, let me rephrase that. Going full-time YouTube and kick streamer. But we will see. But we will see. Things need to change, but right now it's very unfair for creators across the board. And that's why...
Unironically, Tectone has the most incentive to go YouTube and kick streaming because he keeps on getting banned on Twitch anyway.
Creators like myself, that's the reason why I wanted to do so many things like Gacha Cast and the Gacha games, where I would do a lot of collaborative events, as well as the Slapcast, because I know how impossible it is to grow, so I like helping grow smaller creators. Wait, Mary bots? No, I'm saying PUBG, that company of PUBG botted her. So the ads, like AT&T, Progressive, like the PUBG ad that she did, she got botted. And that's why it makes it very hard, is because now a lot of people are going to be attacking the wrong people. There are going to be people accusing people of viewbotting that aren't, and they're just getting viewbotted by their fans that all be...
I'm going to be honest, women are going to be affected the most by this. Female streamers who aren't just titty streaming whores, who are actually trying to grow a community, they're going to be affected the most by this. They are the ones that are going to be hit the hardest by this.
Real, we might see a lot of streamers quit their jobs. Now, I will say this. As much as I've been contemplating streaming exclusively on YouTube, I'm never going to give up on Twitch. I know I'm never going to give up on Twitch. I do way too many ads here. What if Twitch hid viewer count to the average viewer, changed the Kingmaker system, and only streamers could see their own view count? Would that work somehow? No.
No.
No. That wouldn't work. And the reason why that wouldn't work is very simple. And I hate saying this. Mr. Arthur, numbers looking rough. Everybody's going to shit on everybody, bro. Everybody's going to shit on everybody. Oh my God. Dude, we're about to see such PvP. And dude, whenever anybody goes live, and there's a streamer, I want to see Miz go live so bad. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I hate this guy. Yeah. Anyways. Dude, there's gonna be people at everybody's fucking throats. He did, I know, but I want to see it again because it's funny. Crazy.
It's gonna be so fucking funny. I hope there are so many public crash outs. I will laugh at every single one. Please, God, I hope this happens. I hope there's so many crash outs. God, I want to see that so bad. Oh, I'm gonna be so excited to watch them all fall apart.
Now, your average viewers are down 2K. You're going with this other bullshit about viewbots. Oh, I already said it. Dude, I already said it. I said immediately off the stream. I said I lost 600 viewers at the beginning of the month, and I lost another 1.5K yesterday. Yeah, I've already talked about this shit. Dude, I'm transparent as fuck about all this shit, man. I mean, everybody's down right now. It's insane. Tectone manly voice count for at least 1,000 viewers, also true. It's the same as subscription page for leaked, also very true. Dude, that PvP was insane. When how much money everybody was making got leaked, that was fucking awesome. That's everything. I think we handled all that, but guys, I genuinely do think we are seeing the death of Twitch right now. And it's kind of exciting because if Twitch actually becomes an equal playing field to where all viewer counts are legitimate, we're about to potentially see the rise of a lot of middle ground streamers and the fall of a lot of higher end streamers. And
would we see the rise of middle ground streamers? I would assume that's people with like 1K. I suppose if you've got someone who's entertaining enough, funny enough, and gives back to their community enough that they do really enjoyable shit, and they've never done any of the viewbotting stuff, I suppose those people who've been suppressed by other people who do viewbot have a better chance of making it their job, which means you might actually get a higher quality of streamer. That makes sense. Or a lot of people will just give up. If you're chasing the dragon of parasocial relationships as a female streamer, to the point where lunatics are spending 25K a month on your stream number, you did it to yourself. Edward, it's not that simple. And I'll tell you why. I've told this story before. I know a female streamer, or at least I used to be friends with one a few years ago. It's been a while since I checked in on her. She isn't a whore. She doesn't whip her tits out. She doesn't do any of that shit. Even she, doing her best to tell everyone about her boyfriend. Like, her boyfriend shows up on streams all the time. He's a cool guy. She has gotten parasocial people, like weird fucking freaks. There was a guy who went into a Discord and started, like, issuing people with death threats and shit, and finding where they lived, because he was like, I want to fuck this streamer, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to fuck them. I'm gonna find out where they live. And he was like, I'm gonna rape her, and shit like that. So even if you don't do that, there are gonna be absolute psychos, and all it takes is one, right? So let's say you got an average viewer count of 400. You could have 399 normal-ass human beings in there, and all it takes is one fucking freak to ruin that. And that will happen. Now, what you said about the parasocial relationship stuff still holds true, and there are female streamers who've leaned very heavily into the parasocial relationship stuff, and they're gonna have it 10 times worse, but it is still gonna happen.
Yeah, it's really, really exciting. So, like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully that answers everything. And I really hope my editor put in some nice background music in this video.
Yeah.
Every day is a
Pretty good video.
little bit more fun. And I think Twitch PvP is going to be higher than ever. And I don't
I'm so
think,
excited for that.
I think now more than ever, my motivation to grind is so high. Because I think middle ground streamers are going to be able to break through now, like streamers above 100 viewers. But I do think streamers below 100 viewers are probably going to quit. But if you're between
So I'm fucked. That just makes it more entertaining. I think personally, honestly, you should do this shit for the love of the game, regardless of the viewer count.
100 viewers and 3,000 viewers after the bot purge, you should be really excited to grind because now you have a chance. And also, Timothy, Randy, and Ziox, rest in peace your career.